In space, nobody could hear you yawn of boredom. No way! Welcome to Jason the Old Millennial. My name is Jason, speaking here in my basement in the great state of Kansas. And today I'm reviewing the movie Alien from 1979. You might be like, why, Jason, are you reviewing Alien? It's not quite a new review. I never seen the Alien movie, never seen any of the Aliens movies, to be honest. I've seen a couple Predator movies, maybe. Not a lot in that area too. Of course, I'm not big into horror, so I kind of stay away from those kind of movies. And here I am in 2025, and I thought, I should watch some of these movies. People talk about them a lot, and I have not watched any of these classic kind of somewhat horror, sci-fi genre movies. And yeah, so I finally got around to watching the very first one, Alien, that kind of started the whole thing. Yeah, again, I kind of remember this being a thing when I was real little. I was born in 83, and so I was born after this movie came out. But I know I must have seen some kind of image of this movie. I watched Spaceballs, and Spaceballs, they do a alien spoof part where the alien comes out of John Hurt's stomach. I don't know if that's the first time I saw anything about Alien, and that freaked me out as a kid. Even Spaceballs, which is a comedy, I hated that part. That freaked me out. It still does today. I don't like it. And I don't know. I think I caught that scene on TV one time, and yeah, it disturbed me really badly. And I don't know. I might have seen scenes from Aliens. I think I saw some scenes from that movie, because I do remember coming across Aliens, I think, on TV one time, and couldn't watch only like a couple minutes, and it was too gruesome for me. And I'm saying this is when I was like maybe 10 years old. It was just, I was too young to even try to watch anything like that. So I'm kind of aware of Alien, Ripley, of course, Sigourney Weaver. I know she's in it, she's the hero. And I know the xenomorph kind of alien character. I've seen like pictures of it and, stuff like that. So I'm kind of aware of stuff. And I know about the face hugger thing that hugs your face. I guess it impregnates you or something. And of course, the alien coming out of the stomach. I know some of those beats. That's about all I know about Alien, about the Alien movie. So yeah, I always kind of in my back of my mind, like, I'm never watching this movie. It's just too scary, too gross. It's just not my kind of movie. So I kind of stayed away. And I don't know, it's weird. Just randomly, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna watch Alien. And not only that, I kind of want to watch all the Aliens movies, all the Predator movies, and kind of maybe rank them all at the end. So that was kind of my idea. Is like, I might get into watching these and see if I like any of them and see what I would think about them. Anyways, so yeah, starting with the first movie, Alien. And if you see from an intro, yeah, I don't know what to expect. I expecting, a thriller, of course. It's a horror movie in space, I guess. That's probably was new at the time. They didn't have horror movies in space. It kind of reminds me of Jaws in that you don't really see the monster for most of the movie, only snaps of it. And then at the very end, maybe you see the whole thing and, and all that. And a lot of this waiting around, waiting for the alien to jump out and kill somebody, instead of being in the water, this time it's in space, So I guess I can see how that works at the time. I'll get right down to it. It was so boring. It was so slow moving of a movie. I was kind of shocked at how boring this movie was, because I'm like, oh, it's this horror movie, it's thriller and all this. And I was watching it going, is anything going to happen? People just standing around doing nothing, walking around, having these conversations. The first like 10 minutes is just the empty ship, and the people are waking up, and it's very slow movie. Oh my gosh, them just waking up and like, all right, okay, what's going to happen next? And they're eating maybe breakfast or something. And they're talking about getting a raise, and it's like, okay, what's going on here? Anyway, so then they get the distress single, I guess. And here's the thing, I don't understand. I didn't get who these people are, what the mission was, why are they in space, what company do they work for? Maybe they said that stuff and I just missed it, but I was like, that was a weird thing about watching this movie and going, I don't understand who these characters are or what the purpose of the characters are. And all I know is that, oh, the company tells them they have to answer this distress signal or they're not going to get paid or something like that. So like, all right, so 3 of them go on surface to this planet. Of course, I know that's where they're going to find the alien, and that's how he gets on the ship and all that. And of course, yeah, that's where they find it. And John Hurt gets attacked by the face hugger, which if I'm on an unknown planet and aliens are a thing, I guess, or I don't know if they know aliens are a thing, but the life forms are a thing, but I see a bunch of eggs, I'm getting the heck out of there. I am not sticking around. There's a bunch of big eggs. I'm not waiting around for those things to get hatched. I can't believe they stuck around and watched one of them hatch and then just stood there looking at it like, huh, then they knew there's something alive in there. Like, I wonder what's going to happen. It's like, what did you think was going to happen? That's so stupid. But anyways, yeah, so we have that whole thing, and then he gets impregnated or whatever, and then this, of course, you have definitely the grossest part is that little alien thing coming out of his stomach. That's definitely, yeah, don't like that part at all. That's the only real gross kind of scary part of the whole movie, I would say. Because then after that, they're like trying to look for it. They're like, we gotta go find it. It's now hidden on the ship, and so it's a lot of, we're gonna pair up in twos and we're gonna go around and look for it. And then by that time, though, it grows really fast. All of a sudden, it's that xenomorph, whatever, and it starts picking them off, of course, one by one. The problem though is like there's a lot of scenes of like I think his name is Stanton, something. Dean Stanton is the one guy who first gets killed after John Hurt, of course. And he's just walking around. I'm thinking, okay, the alien's going to jump out and kill him. But it takes like 5 minutes of him just walking around. Finally, the alien jumps out and kills him. And I'm like, finally. But I feel like the alien, the only thing you see really the alien is like the close-up of its mouth. Because they do a really good job with the mouth, make the mouth look scary. And it's like very, scary teeth, and it's kind of saliva coming down. Anyway, so yeah, they do a good job with that. Besides that, you don't really see a good shot of the alien. You just see like really quick edits. And I thought the editing was so bad. Just these real quick edits, you barely kind of see the alien. And like, okay, I'm supposed to be scared of this thing, but I don't even see it. There's the one part where the guy is getting chased by the alien, or alien comes up on him in the air shaft. And I knew that was going to happen. I'm like, yeah, this guy's going to die. The alien's going to come through this. And I'm waiting for that to happen. I'm like, all right, this is going to be scary. And it does jump out for like a split second. You see the alien for like a real split second, just goes, it was so weird. And then it cut out and you're like, what? It was weird. But from what I've read, it sounds like they didn't really know how to do the alien right yet at this point. 79 special effects weren't quite there for them, I think, to make the alien properly. So they had a guy in a suit, and you could tell. Anytime, there's a couple times where you see the alien full alien. And I remember when I saw the alien in full, I thought to myself, that looks just like a guy in a suit. Like, it doesn't look like a real alien. It looks like a guy wearing a suit. And so I know that's why they didn't want to show the full alien most of the time, from what I'm reading, is it thought it looked kind of silly, and it does. It doesn't look scary. It's just a guy in a suit. And so they kind of do quick edits. And again, when they do the close-up of the teeth, that's definitely the scariest part of the alien, whatever. And there's even one part where he kills like 2 people, and it's so slow moving. I'm thinking the alien's gonna be real quick, and it's gonna go, real quick, attack, kill that person, move real quick. No, it just kind of stands there, and it kind of walks slowly towards one, and it kills them, but you don't really see it seems like the deaths are off screen. You don't really see them on screen, because again, they didn't know how to do it. I guess they didn't have the technology to do it at that time. And so they kill this person, they kill this person. I don't know, a lot of off-screen killing. And this part of the movie I don't understand. Again, it's an old movie, so I'm going to spoil kind of what I saw happen. Is that the company wants them to bring the alien back to Earth? Did I miss something? Why do they want to get the alien back to Earth, this company? And it even says the crew's expendable. So they basically are saying, first primary goal is to get this alien back to Earth. And if the crew dies, we don't care, you know, which is kind of an interesting twist of like, if you're a crew member, like, what the heck? You know, they're all willing to sacrifice you for this alien. Did they explain why they wanted the alien? I don't know. That was such a confusing part of the movie. I was like, why is this happening? Anyways, so that whole point happens as well. But and then we get this last part where, of course, she's trying to blow up the ship with the alien on it, but then she gets in a shuttle and the alien somehow gets in the shuttle. And again, it's not that scary. It's kind of like just hanging out. The alien's kind of just hanging out in this, in the control panels, I guess. And she's like, oh my God. And she's like scared, but I'm like, is the alien going to move? It just sits there forever. And then she finally gets it to come out. And again, it just doesn't really do much. And then she finally gets rid of it. Anyways, I was very disappointed. It was not that scary. It was not that thrilling. It wasn't that intense. I was expecting more out of this. It's supposed to be this big iconic alien movie that starts this big franchise. It's supposed to be one of the big horror movies of all time. I don't get why people love this movie so much or why it's talked about so much. My only guess is this was scary back in 1979 and it was something like no one's ever seen before. And it's like, whoa, oh my God. I imagine if you saw it in 1979, it was probably really scary. And you go home and go, oh, can you believe that alien movie? That was so scary. I can't believe that part that happened. In 2025, it's not that scary. It's not that interesting. It's like, so maybe I'm looking at it from 2025 and it's not that great. But if I was in 1979, maybe I would think differently. So that's just an unfortunate part of it. I feel the same way about The Exorcist. Growing up, I always heard about The Exorcist as this really, it's one of the scariest horror movies of all time. You know, it's so disturbing. And so I kept away from it until I was like in my 20s or 30s. And I finally was like, I'm gonna watch The Exorcist because it's supposed to be this big, you know, famous horror movie. I watched it. I was like, The Exorcist is so boring. It didn't scare me or thrill me. It was just boring. And I felt the same way about Alien. It was just boring and slow moving. And I just don't get it, what the hype is about it. My guess is the next movie, Aliens, is where it's going to pick up. And it's going to be scarier. The aliens, the technology is going to catch up a little bit where the aliens are going to look scarier. There's going to be more of, there's only one in this one. So I think the next one, there's more xenomorphs, whatever. So there's going to be more action, more death scenes maybe. And so I'm guessing maybe this started it, but it really picked up in the next one with Aliens. Is where we get why it's so famous. Anyways, that's my thoughts on that. Anyway, so yeah, that's my thoughts on the first movie, Alien. I give it 1 out of 5 stars. Definitely would never watch this again, in my opinion. So please tell me in the comments, why do you like it? I'm sure you're like, you're crazy, it's great, or something. I don't know. It's iconic for a reason, I'm sure. So tell me why it's great, what I'm missing out on this movie. I'd love to hear any of your thoughts on this, or if you like it, you don't like it, whatever. Besides that, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for liking it. Thank you to all my subscribers for supporting the channel. I appreciate y'all and hope you have a good day.